Hello, this is Bill Claudsey. Welcome to a Magic Online draft of M19, Core Set 2019, Pack 1. The rare, 7 mana for a 3/7 flyer. Very hard to get through, but also pretty difficult to cast. Not a bad finisher in like a control deck or a flyer deck, but a little too restrictive here. A lot of games are going to end before this thing even matters. A Johnny's Pridemate. This thing gets out of control incredibly quickly. It goes into one of the best decks as a centerpiece, and it also goes into any white deck, just as whatever incidental life gain will help it get bigger. Then a payoff for the artifact deck. Sleep is pretty cool. A lot of good stuff in blue-white here. The highest payoff as I can see it is the Pridemate, which goes well as a first pick in a set without many good 2-drops. So I'll grab that. It goes into a couple of the best decks. And I'll follow it up with, I really like Psychic Symbiont. This is a built-in 2-for-1. Then there's Exclusion Mage, which is just going to be solid. And the blue-white deck is fine, but these aren't the best cards in blue-white. Very tempted by this Symbiont. Then we could end up in, well, blue-black or Esper. I'd be happy in either of those places, but I'll actually go for the Symbiont here. Definitely worth your mana when you get up to 6. Cool. We get past Essence Scatter, and we're not seeing too much for the white deck here. Swiftclaw is not a very good 2-drop. And just because it's so hard to be a 1 toughness creature in this format that doesn't get any incidental value besides randomly getting in for 3 damage if your opponent misses their 2-drop. Anyway, I'll go for Essence Scatter here. That is a good control card in a blue deck. Now I'm looking at Vampire Neonate. We still don't see much white. I don't even really like Take Vengeance. It's okay, but you really want to be defensive if you're playing a bunch of these, or have a way to tap your opponent's creatures. It goes well into a blue-white Flyers deck. Anytime you're playing Evasion and Racing, this card gets better. Neonate, nice finisher. There's a few playable blue cards. The Wind Mage, Anticipate. It's a little early for the Sea Serpent, but it is also a finisher. I'll go for the Neonate. You can take a few of these and be pretty happy with it. Oh boy, Phylactery Lich. Everyone wants to make this work, but it is a little too difficult to make it work. Diregraph Ghoul, not going to be as good as Neonate. Just compare, right? This attacks into an 0/3 and gets blocked. And this thing gains life whenever you have extra mana. So I will take Snapping Drake here. Rule the Skies. Endurance? Endurance is very good. This is the payoff, the real payoff for the red-black deck, where you're playing a bunch of enter the battlefield effects or things that leave behind tokens when they die and get those back. Active Treason and Sacrifice Outlets, those are a little harder to get working, but this is very easy. Is it worth going after here? I'm not sure. We could take Divination, but I'm actually looking at Macabre Waltz, which gets back all of our good creatures, and it works well with cheap creatures. Let's grab one of those. Not an exciting pick this early, but fine nonetheless. Totally Lost. I do quite like Totally Lost. It's easy to undervalue this because it seems like they're getting back the card, and they are, but it has a lot of upside if anything else is going on, like that creature has an aura on it, or it's a token, or whatever, and you don't actually get behind in card advantage. Meandering River. I would love to open Chromium, but since we have all these evasive threats right now, including Neonate, which just gets in for unblockable damage, Dwindle looks very good. So I will take that over Meandering River. That's a little sad, but Dwindle is high enough quality that I can't be too sad with it. Aether Shield Artificer. If something goes pretty crazy here, we could end up back in a blue-white artifact deck that can be strong, and this is a high-value card in that deck. Even playing a Field Creeper, a 2/1 for 2, makes a lot of sense if you have one or two of these Artificers, because that attacks pretty hard when it's a 4/3 indestructible. Salvager of Secrets, not a bad pickup. And then not much at all in this pack. I guess I'll take the Active Treason. Serpent. See who else we're drafting against here. We've got Isakakume, the Love Sponge, Mikleski, Huck F, Mind Reaver, King Drakon, and Ryan Boros. Wow, last name? Red-white. Naturalize versus Bite. I hope not to play either of them. And Double Cast. Cool. Our black cards are very good, at least the Neonate and the Symbiont, but depending on what we open, we could be pulled back into a weird red deck or white deck. Probably not a green deck, although we have a foil rare that's really good and a mythic that's worth whatever. Might be up there at like 4 tickets right now. If this pack is bad enough, I will take it. Any black cards? Not really. Blood Divination. Any blue cards? No. Frilled Sea Serpent. I have even played this in Limited just to improve your draw steps for the rest of the game. You have 7 lands out, you drop your Scape Shift, you get another 7 lands out of your deck that you'll never draw again. And try not to do that against a dedicated mill strategy, but besides that, pretty good. And I'll take my bit of value here. What would be the correct pick if you wanted to win this draft no matter what? Hard to say. Maybe Herald of Faith? But it's just so unlikely that any card we pick here makes it into our deck, so why not grab the Scape Shift? What next? Yeah, Aerial Engineer, and that's another payoff for a white-blue deck, although we just don't have many artifacts going on. One with the Machine, funny card, but again, nothing that works with it here. I kind of like Omen Speaker. Yeah, it's a thing to do early, improve your draw step. It blocks just about anything you could be interested in, and we don't have something to do that early yet. Alright, next. Nightmare's Thirst. I love this card. It's cheap enough that it incentivizes you to be on the draw. It even gains back some life, so that's pretty cool. Works really well with the Neonate or a Lich's Caress. I think that just keeps us in line here. Alright. Cinder Barons. If the pack was bad enough, just take this, and if you open Nicol Bolas, it's a lot easier to splash off of just a single dual land. Diamond Mare I quite like. The second Macabre Waltz is not as good. Skeleton Archer is good, but I'll go with the Diamond Mare here. Make sure we have enough to do in the early game. Regal Bloodlord, another good one to splash if you have a few life gain effects that are recurable, like Neonate, Diamond Mare. And if it's not that, it could be Divination, Epicure, Manolith, but I'll go for the Bloodlord here. Just not sure we're going to play it. Epicure. At this point we have enough early defensive stuff that I don't want Wall of Mist, but I will take Epicure of Blood. It's not a bad size of a creature. It does block stuff. Turn 5 isn't the latest possible play, and it just kills a bit quicker with Neonate. Hired Blade fits pretty well in on the curve, and this is not a good deck for Endurance. It's not too embarrassing. I mean, it works well enough with Salvager or the Symbiont, but the Hired Blade is a nice trick to have going. Aerial Engineer. Really puts us into Esper if we take that. I don't like any of the other cards here. Walking Corpse, no thanks. Bog Stomper. Also no thanks, but sometimes you just need a big, dumb creature. That's exactly what that is. Mind Rot versus Scholar. Especially in control matchups, or if your opponent is trying to ramp into something, Mind Rot gets very good. The better your opponent's deck is, the better Mind Rot is. Unless they're playing Boros aggro. Oh, wrong land to come back. But I'll take it. Another Stomper. We can't be playing green here unless we open something ridiculous. I'm not even sure I would try to play Palaka Worm. That's especially hard to splash, but it's also very good. Fiery Finish. Sometimes this is exactly the card you don't want your opponent to have. If you have a 4 or 5 in play, and you know you can't be beaten by Electrify or Lightning Strike, and they just get up to that turn 6 Banefire. Like, maybe Banefire can't even kill your creature, but Fiery Finish gets it. More of a sideboard card, but not actually embarrassing in your deck if you have other stuff to do before turn 6. Well, well. Pridemate. It's got to be Deckhand here. It doesn't have too much to combo with in terms of letting something else attack in for a ton of damage. Hired Blade is pretty good. But on its own, it just attacks for a lot of damage, and the things that kill it are usually going to take up a card anyway. Yeah. The most annoying is if your opponent has an aura or a trick that just kills it. Otherwise, removal would already kill a 2/2. So it is an easy to kill 2/2 with evasion, and that's about as much as you can ask from your 2-drops. More good white cards. Don't think we're trying to get into white that much because the fixing is just not there. But I'll always be happy with a bunch of Neonates. Yeah, sorry, Mentor. At this point, I would rather splash 1 or 2 white sources for the Bloodlord instead of trying to go into anything else. Alright, well there's a card that will help us splash white, and if any of those cool white cards do wheel, then we'll be happy with this. Nothing else in our colors that's that exciting. Dissenter's usually fine, but we don't have any good combos with it. Wind Mage is fine, but I want the late game power of this Bloodlord if we can get it. Now that we have 2 Neonates. If you have 2 Neonates in play, you get a 1/1 bat on your turn and your opponent's turn. You just have to stop on their second main phase, or you will not be getting your bat for the turn. Whoa, cool forest. Pretty cool swamp too. I'm tempted by this Manolith now. If we sort things by mana cost. We have a few 5-mana things to ramp into, although you don't really ramp into Salvager or Totally Lost. The real payoff is this Psychic Symbiont. And there's just not much else in this pack. Apparatus, Millstone, they have their place, but Manolith is what I'm going to take here. I've never seen Detection Tower used. It would get rid of the hexproof on Vinemare, which is the real reason to play it. And I guess the other obscure reason to play it would be Chromium, because you could get rid of the hexproof on the thing they transform Chromium into to protect it. But I've never seen that happen. It seems kind of unlikely to happen. Endurance. I'll finally take this Endurance. Probably fine. Ha, a little late for Desecrated Tomb. Fun card to think about getting to work, but you just need too many skeletons to play it in a deck like this anyway. We'll get our bats the easy way. Regal Bloodlord. More Grixis fixing, which doesn't help us. Rise from the Grave, which gets back a lot of cool stuff. Bloodlord, Salvager, Symbiont, and anything that you've taken from your opponent. Scatter their big dragon. Scatter their Chromium. Oh, you can't really do that, but Chromium is really hard to answer. What next? Another Salvager. We didn't get much in the way of black removal, so that gets worse. Skeleton Archer's pretty good. We have few enough creatures that I'm going to grab that here over cancel. Whoops. Yeah, grab this guy. Sanctuary to really help splash the white. In fact, if we have two sources of fixing for white, we put in this Pridemate. You don't need to cast this on turn 2 for it to be good with a bunch of neonates in play. Eventually it becomes a Gigantosaur, a 10/10. You can just attack every turn. Two-headed zombie, duress, and apparatus. All of those have their place. We need a bunch more playables here. At this point we're playing Sea Serpent, probably Epicure. Yeah, I'll go for the apparatus. There are decks where you just need a few more interactive spells early. Chill. I do like a chill, and at this point we could consider the Ghoul or the Millstone for the sideboard. There are matchups where we'd want the stone. Get my Foily Swamp. Take away Rift. Get my fixing. I don't need the fixing. I'll take Walking Corpse here in case we have to board into more early creatures. Ooh, now we have too many playables by one. Early cuts would be Serpent, Epicure, Apparatus maybe. I wish I had something like a divination here. Well, we do have something like a divination. That's called Macabre Waltz. And then we have some mana sinks in the deckhand. Salvager, Sea Serpent. Yeah, should work out. What about that cut? Could be Manolith. The deck doesn't need to get to turn or to 5 mana that quickly. Yeah, then again, it doesn't have much to do on turn 3, so it works out. Play it on turn 3, hold up your Neonate or your Thirst. There we go. Let's take out Abnormal Endurance. Rely on the Macabre Waltz to get us the stuff we need. Alright, bit of a fun Esper deck here. We can trick people into thinking we're actually playing Chromium, which we're not. 10/2 mana bases. Straightforward here. We have early stuff in blue and black, so that looks pretty even. We kept the Manolith in there. Do something like this. This gives us a lot of sources of white without really having to try. So 8/8, and then 4 white sources for 2 white cards, which are both kind of late game win conditions. Nothing good enough to play the Aerial Engineer. Well, almost. We almost have it. But it's also not something that's reliably coming down early. So we can leave that behind for now. If the size of a creature, if a 2/4 creature is really good, maybe I'll consider bringing that in. But that's kind of unlikely. Because again, if the 2/4 creature is good, it's going to be good on turn 4, not turn 7. With our 4 white sources. Anyway, Esper something. I don't know if you'd call this control or what. Esper life gain? Well, whatever it is, let's try it out. Round 1, we would like to play first against Hasbro employee Matthew E. Keep this. Good thing they're not a Wizards employee, or they might actually know how to play Magic. Yeah, this is a tag. You can't have a tag Hasbro unless you're a Hasbro employee. But the other tag you can get is Wizards of the Coast, WOTC. So it's funny that you don't usually see Hasbro. Now what do we want? It doesn't really matter here. Let's actually do black, because that synergizes really well with Nightmare's Thirst. you gain the life before this goes off from the Diamond Mare, so easy money. We're not really rushing them here, but their slow start will go unpunished, I imagine. Now we find a 3-3 or a 3-2 or 4-2. Huh. Yeah, let's do the apparatus on that. Because we can kill something a bit bigger with our Nightmare's Thirst. Potentially up to a 4-4 if we block it with the Diamond Mare, activate Neonate, and then cast this. But I will gladly kill a 2 toughness creature here in case we draw land, and then we'll have Salvager to get back Thirst. That puts them even further out of range here. Whoa, Symbiont. Very cool. We just have to sit back here. Problem is the next creature they're going to cast is going to be a 5-5 or a 7-7 or a 6-6 dragon. Or none of that. Just still ramping. Next turn it's Palaka Worm for sure. Oh boy. Hopefully they have nothing here. Ooh, Essence Scatter. That was like the best draw imaginable. I'm thinking Palaka Worm or some kind of Elder Dragon that's not Chromium. These don't look like the Chromium colors, although you could splash it out of a deck that's playing green and Manolith. Here we go. Giant monster number 1. We'll see if we can answer it with Thirst. If not, it's definitely getting scattered. Definitely getting scattered. Do they want to Transmogrify or Neonate? I guess not. Oh, nice draw. See if they play Fog here. Just kidding. We're doing pretty well for not drawing a 5th mana. Next turn we just run down Salvager to get Essence Scatter maybe, or Rise from the Grave this Dreadmaw. What do you think they have? Maybe Lightning Strike? You definitely strike the Drake, right? If they have it, that means they have very few cards left. Naturalize? I can't picture it. Titanic Growth? Who knows? I have no idea what that could have been. Oh, maybe they thought the wand was sorcery. No, that doesn't make any sense. Meteor Golem, that makes a lot of sense. They're going to kill the Drake, and then we're going to kill that with Thirst. Which wouldn't work if we killed either of those. I would love to get back Colossal Dreadmaw. That's what I want. No, even that just dies to this wand. There we go. Not the best use. The Meteor Golem is still a 2-for-1 here. But having drawn nothing else and getting them down to 15, maybe we just try to get them. Yeah, what I really want to do is salvage back Essence Scatter. I just want to draw 2 lands in a row. Is that so much to ask? They're like, I would rather draw anything but lands. I've been drawing lands the whole game. I love how the wand actually upgrades our creatures in terms of how much damage they deal each turn. there are boards where you would easily transmogrify the neonate because it's so hard to deal with. Yeah, that's a pretty good one here. Oh, you know what would be good? Rise from the Grave on Meteor Golem. Then, if they transmogrify it, who cares? Too bad you can't kill a land, even though we wouldn't here. We just killed the dragon, I guess. I like their deck. It has a plan, and they're sticking to it. 2 more non-land cards. Macabre Waltz. Whatever. Get 2 things back. Discard something. Discard the Sea Serpent here. Never gonna get to cast that. And if we really want it, we can do Rise from the Grave. And then we go Neonate, gain a life. Swing for 1, just kidding. Pass the turn. Can we get land? That is the big question of the tournament. Another Gift of Paradise. I mean, that does slow things down a bit, but overall it's not too bad. Nothing we can't handle. I mean, I'd much rather they play a Gift of Paradise than any other creature. And unless they have a Hydra, like the more mana they have, it doesn't really affect us. I'm thinking it's possible they have cards like Banefire, and fortunately we're at a high enough life that they didn't need multiple Banefires to kill us anytime soon. Rabid Bite the Drake, yeah, that's pretty good. 1 card left. So if a million turns ago we drew land, and then we drew land this turn, we'd get to get their last card. That makes me really happy. Yikes, we just can't do it. Neonate, there we go. Gain a life though. Still chipping in there, get that chip damage. And then if they have another Rabid Bite, we can chill them. If they don't have a Rabid Bite, we can drain them. Forget land. Let's just pretend we're not going to draw land for the rest of the game. How do we win this? Lightning Strike. Sure. They have a lot of good cards here. Or all the cards they have played have been good. Yeah, land! I love it. That makes me really happy. Here we come, coming in for 1. I'll get back Essence Scatter. Right? Don't we want to get back Essence Scatter? Yeah, let's get back Essence Scatter. Their threat in play now just isn't that good. Not good enough to get back Meteor Golem. And is this the turn where they get Palaka Worm? Who knows? We are under 20. Confirmed. Something big. Another Spark-Tongue Dragon. And they'll kill the other Neonate, I imagine. Do something pretty clever here. Trade off our Salvager get it back with Rise from the Grave, and then get Macabre Waltz back. That'd be the maximum value. Oh, nice. Alright. No attacks this turn, but I want that last card of theirs. I'm pretty sure it's Banefire. Or it would make sense if it is. It could also be land. I'm not going to play around a rare we don't know about, but I mean, it's somewhat likely, right? Naturalize? Yep, okay. I'm thinking of what they could be tapping for here. Oh, not too bad. All in all, they probably transmogrify our Symbiont. And then we can, if they keep another card in hand, we can get it back. Oh, they're holding their stuff back. So smart. There's no 1 mana blue thing, so... actually... It's probably better to Rise the Symbiont. And then if we draw land, we can hold up Essence Scatter. Untap land, which is all the other lands in our deck. And at this point, we better be mana pocket big time. Good deal. We get their forest. Fair enough. Alright. How many 3-for-1s can we get? We're going to kill that again. And if they're stuck attacking with just 3 damage a turn, then it's not too bad for us. I think we win this race. Start with a Dwindle here. That's got to be somewhat annoying for them. Now they really only have 3 damage a turn. They save it, maybe they'll have a another Naturalize, or the elf that kills an enchantment. Oh, I see. If you're chumping, you sort of want to wait till the last minute to chump. Ah, that works. Upgrade. Don't know what to do here. We probably run out the chill. To save our poor salvager. Nice. We even get an instant there. And then what? We can do pretty much everything we want if we play the Sanctuary. It doesn't actually stop us from doing anything. Then I'm going to play Omen Speaker. Blocks the Ox. It also gets a lethal creature. We don't need either of these things, so we'll go bottom, bottom. Nice. A long game here. I mean, we got a little mana screwed. They got a little mana flooded. Neither of us got too bad off. And it ended up being quite the long game. We are not playing red or green, so get rid of those. Millstone is interesting. Mind Rot is probably the way to go here. Main deck Naturalize. Apparatus might not be good. All their creatures are too big. Well, actually, it is good against the Ogre in particular. But maybe Walking Corpse is just better against that. What to cut, what to cut. Yeah, I'll try it this way. We'll try it without the apparatus. Our early creatures, a lot of them can deal with the Ogre anyway. They're down to 6. It's good news for the bad guys over here. One card on top for them. Let's go Neonate. Then we'll have to find some time down the line to play this river. But not yet. Play the river next turn. And then an archer the turn after. Is this our ogre? No, Draconic Disciple, also good. Not one we can deal with very easily. Our turn to get flooded. I think you could call them flooded last game. I think they just probably have 17 lands and they're playing a bunch of spells that ramp, like these Gifts of Paradise. So it might be about 21 sources that just make mana. Disciple's really good because not only does it make mana, it becomes a 5/5 dragon. Nice. Archer answers the 1/1 here. Not the most exciting thing to kill with an archer, but I'm not going to complain. Do they miss on the Rejuvenator? That would be insane after last game. No, they get a mountain. Wow, so the Thirst is going to kill the Disciple. I don't want to do it this turn. Maybe I should have. But this, depending on what they cast this turn, this is going to be better. I can't imagine the 1 extra mana being the difference this turn. And it's not going to be. Whew. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. Get rid of that thing. And they're not left with a whole bunch, are they? No reason to attack. They could downgrade our Skeleton Archer into a 2/4, but that doesn't do anything on this board. Better yet, they can downgrade our Neonate, but then we can attack into this Spider and get into a turn. So their mulligan, I think they just don't have much left. The Rejuvenator helps them recover somewhat, if they have a way to use the mana, which they just don't. Our creatures are too bad against this wand. I do like the wand a lot. It's versatile. It just doesn't always work out on a board of mundane creatures, especially against us, because we'd love to have a 2/4 Ox and creatures in our graveyard. They're gonna downgrade the Archer. Yeah, cool. Like I love having that there. It's almost like drawing a card. Thirst. Almost wish more creatures would die here. Well, here goes nothing. Salvager, get back Thirst. If we were really patient, we could just wait to get back Macabre Waltz at the end of days, the end of times, but that's going to take so long. Who is this dragon over here, this avatar? Rith the Awakener. I might have known. They do have Palaka Worm. No wonder they're ramping so much. That's kind of hard to deal with. That's a tough one to deal with. We can't even kill it. Oh well. Try again. Try again next time. I guess I'm interested in chumping with Salvager. And then getting it back with the Waltz. Let's see what happens here when we play Chill. At the very least, we take less damage. Oh, Totally Lost is pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. 5 can't kill both. I don't want them to kill the Ox. I really want them to kill the Salvager. So I'll take 3 extra damage here to save our Ox. The damage doesn't matter so much. All right. I feel like we're in it. 7/7 tramples aren't always the easiest to deal with, and we don't just have Lich's Caress to win. We need to draw counter magic, and then Totally Lost, and then counter it. It's the only real way. Another wand? Yeah. Alright. Anything they want to be an Ox can be an Ox. But like I say, that's just not great against a reanimation deck like this. Cool. More Oxes. Ooh. The Sea Serpent. That might be the play this turn. Just play the Sea Serpent, keep the land for the Waltz, and now we just have blockers for Pelakka Worm. Of course they can just make it into an Ox. Right. But I'll get it back. It'll be back. The better things to get back are going to be the Salvager. Anyway, you want to attack? Did they forget about Nightmare Thirst? First of all, they can only kill one of these. Just let the damage happen since they're only killing one. And then at the end step, we'd Thirst. They're like, oh yeah. I mean, they still draw the card off it. I wonder... So what if they transmogrified it here? Do we Nightmare's Thirst in response? No, we just keep Nightmare's Thirst, I guess. Who cares if they have an extra 2/4? I don't know, actually. What's better, Thirst or a 2/4? Cool. I mean, they have another worm somehow. Or a recover card. Green can get a card from their graveyard back. In any case, what happens if we attack with a couple Oxen? They probably take 2 damage. Just as I predicted. And then we waltz back our best stuff, and that includes Salvager and I guess Neonate, because it's so cheap. They're just going to use these transmogrifications on whatever stuff we play anyway. Do we want to play both this turn? Yeah, we'll draw more lands over the course of the game, so let's play Salvager, get back the Waltz, we're going infinite here, and play the Neonate. I doubt they're playing discard, so while Mind Rot would really get us here, I don't think we're going to see Mind Rot. At the very least, we might beat them on time. We just have to take as much time as possible, waste as much of their time in this game as we can, and then they won't have a chance in the last game. Rejuvenator, that's a good combo with the wand. I have to admit, I do enjoy their deck quite thoroughly. You can't go wrong with Pelakka Worm and a bunch of transmogrifying wands. Yep, upgrade the elf into an ox. Totally lost. Alright, what do the attacks look like? They don't look great. But We don't have to attack. They can just double block an Ox and take 2 because they're at 1,000,000 life here. We could waltz, but what do we get back? It doesn't matter, they just turn anything into an Ox. I only want to get back value creatures. Spark-Tungu Dragon. Kills our Neonate. Not very nice. Eventually it kills our Neonate. Not right away. And then I think they're just passing the turn here. We don't want to use Totally Lost. Their attacks don't make any sense. Sanctuary. Oh, is it time to get our stuff back? No, we have much better stuff to get back later in the game. One problem is their Spark-Tongue Dragon is not a good Totally Lost target because they just get to activate it again. Not even missing a beat. Scanner, pretty good. Time to draw some of our big flyers. I think for sure we win this match on time. If not this game. I mean, this game could turn around in our favor so quickly. I wonder if they even block our Salvager at this point, if we attack with it. Like, I'd love for it to die. Things are starting to heat up here. Rise from the Grave would reset things a bit. Palaka Worm. And that's not one they really want to transmogrify because we draw the card. More good stuff. Gift of Paradise. Another Spark-Tongue Dragon. That's just going to hit us. I really don't think they want to point it at the Salvager on this board. Hopefully they do. Yeah, they're being smart enough. All right. Yeah, maybe I should just be attacking with the Salvager. But at this point, it's blocking things like Rock's Oracle. 7. I'll take this once more. We have so much mana, it's just a matter of getting it out there. We could waltz back. Yeah, I think we better do this. Let's waltz back the Archer and the Neonate. That gives him a couple things to think about. And the Archer kills this Scanner. Doing it now means I might have wanted to do this much earlier. But we weren't in such dire straits earlier against all these flyers. Now we die in 3 turns. Undoubtedly they'll make our Neonate into an Ox, even though that doesn't speed up the process much. Then what we really want, stop on my turn, we could totally lost our Salvager back if it comes to it, but what we really want is to draw Rise from the Grave to get their Palaka Worm back. Buy us a whole bunch of extra time. Uh-oh. Vivictus? No, it's going to be the Golem, isn't it? Dwindle! Oh, they should get Dwindle, shouldn't they? Yep. That's scary. That's pretty scary. And any flyer we draw is not that good. And that's not that good. Oh, is anything good anymore? Not that good. So we have one more draw step here to get Essence Scatter. They can attack with both. We totally lost one of them. They could have Lightning Strike. We just lose to that outright. And then we lose to this coming back into play. So we need to draw like a 3/3 flyer that draws us Essence Scatter. And even then, we're in bad shape. I wonder if they're going to start transmogrifying these neonates. Not yet. Upkeep. Upkeep's fine. We can't do anything. And super dead. But let's make him earn it. Probably just to buy time. That's a real thing. I mean, they have spent a lot of time to set up this position. And I've been playing the same game. Part of that's just familiarity with the program. I'm sure I've played a lot more Magic Online. But I'll take it. Their fault for not hiring better programmers for this, right? Hasbro. Oh well. Dragon, and a few more seconds here to activate it. Now we need to bring in... We don't have much to bring in against this, in all seriousness. Millstone, maybe. Maybe Millstone is correct here. Although this game is going to take them so long to win anyway. Yeah, the problem is just going to be, do they get flyers and can we deal with them at all? Do something like Walking Corpse, and that should be good enough. The Frilled Sea Serpent is just too late in the game, and it only blocks ground creatures, which aren't going to attack past us anyway. They have a 6/6, but the Serpent's not even that good at blocking a 6/6, whereas the 2/2 is just fine, always. Yeah, we'll take the play. Don't want to fall behind here, and a perfect start. Don't need my upkeep step anymore. Hold up our good stuff. Then the real question becomes Departed Deckhand or Diamond Mare. I'll start with Diamond Mare here. And go blue, even though it doesn't make our Nightmare's Thirst any better. And then all the colors. Might even win this game without having to resort to cheesy time-buying strategies. Is this our 4/2? No, it's our 1/1. The aggro continues. Oh no, the neonate's coming in. Why not? Part of what you can do to fluster an opponent with low time is just to play as quickly as possible. F6, F6, F6. No, look at, they're just taking so much time here. So every mechanical thing they're doing and every moment they have to think is using up their clock. But now we can start to be a little more careful, huh? Play this. swing with the deckhand, and that's it. Now we're on defense again. And 4.5 minutes really is plenty of time, depending on what sorts of things they get going here. Rabid Bite the deckhand. Well, no matter what, our deckhand dies to this, so who cares how tough this spider is, how powerful it is. What else? A 4-2. 4-2 ogre. No, a wand. All right. Then what? Kill our snapping drake? You already have the answer to it. No, they're going to kill the other neonate. Or at least transmogrify it. Not dead, just different. Your turn. Just a bit of a standstill here. We could get in 2 damage maybe by attacking with the ox and the diamond mare. They're just not low enough to make a play like that lucrative, worthwhile. Cool. Now they might... Ooh, apparatus is good. I was going to say now they might transmogrify the drake, but now they have a better answer to it. And they still have to kill us. Right. Okay. This is going to be an uncomfortable turn for them. And then we can at least get something back with the salvager. Another manolith. They are ready to play. We haven't really seen what they're splashing. I guess they're not splashing anything. It's just big stuff. More life, more cards. More life, more cards. Vicious cycle. Now they kill the drake, I imagine, so they can get in 1 damage a turn. Goodbye, drake. But we get to get more cards back with our waltz. Colossal Majesty with no creatures to activate it. We are seeing a different side of their deck every game. Not my neonate. We just get back both neonates, right? They did not attack with the scanner. I wonder what that's about. This is even better. 1 neonate, 1 snapping drake. Discard this. Play 1 neonate. Play 1 snapping drake. That even gains us a life off our mare. Gives us another ox, no doubt. Now it's a tough call for them. Either draw your next wand or choose between neonate and snapping drake to kill. Essence Scatter just really makes this tough for them, because their best cards are Palaka Worm and Palaka Worm. Or the dragon is pretty good. Maybe that's what they're going to play. Can we beat the dragon? Nah, let's not try. Hope Palaka Worm is somewhere safe and low in their deck. And even if it's not, we have all these 2/4s. I don't know why we're playing so many 2/4s, but we are. Cool. Bloodlord. We can get our first bat right away. And now that we have that combo out, put a stop on their second main. Yep, that's a good one for them to transmogrify, isn't it? Okay, combo broken. Blade. Yeah, they just won't have any attacks here until they play another Spark-Tongue Dragon and kill our Snapping Drake. Even Palaka Worm's not going to save them. 32-8. You've got 2 minutes to figure this out. What do you do? Well, they can draw more cards. Won't hurt. It's another dragon. No, it's a Rocks Oracle. And even if they find dragon, they can't activate it this turn. Or pay for the trigger. Whatever's actually going on. Ooh, Colossal Dreadmaw. Not quite a 7/7. They're triple Ox blockers. Triple Ox blocks. We'll do well on this table. Tick-tock. 1 minute, 7 life, 13 cards. Oh, that's good. Killing our poor Neonate. I mean, they pretty much have to go after that. That's too many life per turn. Good thing it takes them an hour to, to activate this each time. And let's see, do they go for an all-out attack here and support it with some kind of trumpet blast effect? It might be good. It might be effective. No, they wait. A patient player. More patient than I would be. Palaka Worm time. You might as well. Can't hurt. No, Meteor Golem. Goodbye, Snapping Drake. "30 seconds. 11 cards, 1 in hand. Electrify's pretty good. I think we've probably seen every card in each other's decks over these 3 intense games. Let's start with Uncomfortable Chill. I'm not sure what we'll get, but it'll make the blocks more obvious, and it's not like they have tricks up. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, those blocks look good. What are we taking? We're actually gaining 1 life off this attack? No, not really. We'll take 3. And we lose an Ox. I like it. That worked out nicely for us. We'll go for the Pridemate here. Attack with everything. Yeah, just kidding. I should not actually do that. Just attack with a few things. Got it. Timed them out. Although it's pretty likely we're winning this game even if we don't time them out, just because they don't have enough cards left in their deck. Like, they play Palaka Worm. What do we get? I guess we'll never know. See you in the next match. Round 2 versus Murdercles, the Greek god of death. Anyway, yeah, can't go wrong with 2 vampire neonates. The only question is whether to activate one or play the second one. Decisions. Probably activate it. Usually activate it, and then on turn 3 do both. Ah, well, can't do that again. I wonder. We could play River and play another neonate. Or activate the neonate a bunch of times. Sounds good to me. Murdercles. You expect them to be playing black-red, but Murdercles is playing green. Green-black would make sense. River. Yeah, I don't think getting the second neonate out is worth very much here. Unless we draw blue off the top and can activate both next turn. And they're just stuck. They're stuck, I tell you. It's gonna be blue. No, it's not even blue. So this turn works out very well for us. We get to do everything. Everything we could ever want. Which wouldn't have been the case. Well, I guess it'd be pretty similar to playing Swamp there. Goreclaw. Uh-oh. That's actually going to be tough to beat with this stuff. Come on, something good? Well, come on, find something good. We definitely want both of these, right? Top Epicure, top Island, pass it back. The real issue here is going to be if they play like a 6/6 or a 4/5 and a 4/3 or something, which would be possible off of 5 mana. Yeah, that's a 6/6. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, there's just no trick here that could punish this attack, so they're gonna go for it. But little do they know, we have Uncomfortable Chill to take 8 damage instead of 10 damage or 11 damage. Whatever, I don't know. It's a lot of damage, okay? 12 damage minus 4. You do the math. Oh, I messed up. I could have prevented a lot of more damage. Oh, I really messed up there. Didn't even think about it. Basically, I could have prevented 1, 2, 3 damage, because then I could block with Omen Speaker. Oh well. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. That's what I get for playing too quickly here. Not something that comes up very often, the interaction between rarely played common and this rare. No excuse. Epicure. Swing back for 1. No. Well, yeah, we'll get greedy here. It's possible they have the 3/2 flash, but wouldn't they have already played it? Probably. I mean, this is 12, right? Hopefully this works. Ugh, gross. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked just to get that thing in play. Go up to 6, block 3, go down to 3. Could bring back Goreclaw, we could bring back Epicure. None of that is good enough here. Almost good enough. I think we have to get ultra greedy here. Play the deckhand, block with just the Omen Speaker, gain a life, go to 2. Yeah, I really messed up here. I should be at 7. A bit too hasty. Well, I don't know what they have. They just have nothing over there? Good news for me. Pretty spooky stuff going on here, but let's Rise from the Grave Epicure, because maybe that'll live. And we can just block this Goreclaw or this Dreadmaw with everything we have. Yeah, they would have already used a trick if they had it. We'd be dead. So maybe it's just 5 more lands, or a bunch of red cards. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, if this doesn't work, we're going to lose, whether or not we block with a million neonates. Now they'll play something. Gastbark Twins. I feel like they could have played that before. Just not an easy game. Yeah, we just need to block with both neonates. And then maybe play them both next turn. Discard Manolith. And then, I don't know. Who knows? I guess we're actually better off blocking with everything here, because they can't kill everything. And if they want to kill both neonates, which makes sense, then this will just soak up another 1 damage. So we should be at 6 here. Gastbark Twins. Totally Lost would help. Not even that much. Dwindle helps a whole lot. Oh, thank goodness for Dwindle. And then what? Then we take 1. Yeah, it's got to be worth using Macabre Waltz here to get back Neonate and get back Epicure. Discard Manolith. Play Neonate. And pass it. So we have a good blocker for the boar. There's a good Goreclaw deck for you. Jeez. Infinity lands, turn 11, 11 lands, no attacks. That is good news for us. Passing it back. Nice combo on the table. Plenty of stuff to block with. I want to save the Snapping Drake to block the boar because we're at such low life. And that's what they're going to do. They can't give it trample. Guess they just trade here. What a perfect draw, Dwindle. There's so few things in our deck that make a dent in this Gastbark Twins, but we found it. I feel like they're playing like a stipulation draft where they're only allowing themselves to play 1 card a turn. Like, draw all your lands first, and then top deck 1 creature per turn, and only play 1 creature per turn. This turn, oh, this turn is weird. Let's trade our Pridemate with the wolves, I guess. I think that works. Gain the life. That always happens. Always yes, always yield. Get the 3 damage on there and then finish it with the apparatus. Ooh, that's not good. Poison Tip Archer. Thankfully we're gaining a lot of life, but... Oh, that's really good though. I'd love to draw land here. I should have held up black though, because if the other thing besides land we could draw is, for 1 mana, is the Vampire Thirst. Cool. Really getting there now. Are they... They're almost dead this next turn. No, because they've got the Archer to block with. Oracle's pretty good. Another forest. I got lucky here that 3 life was enough to survive. Because that misplay was kind of obvious if we thought about it for more than half a second. black, yeah. And I don't want their attack to be that good. Yeah, we'll just attack with the symbiont here. I'm fine with the trade. The worst that could happen is like a big pump spell or a trick that lets their thing survive. And if they take this, they have to kill us next turn. So yeah, I guess they're just going to go for the trade. We go to 5. And then some big creature combat turn won't kill us with the archer. And Rise from the Grave gets better. They're going to come in here. I suppose we just block with Diamond Mare, huh? It's not a very good attacker. It pairs with Omen Speaker or something to double block Roc's Oracle, but probably not going to draw that right away. Top is Forsaken Sanctuary, which I'll keep in hand. We could draw the double blue spell to get back Macabre Waltz, play Macabre Waltz, discard the Sanctuary. Would not be ridiculous. We just have to survive this turn. It's not even true. Sky Scanner. Because we kind of have to dodge a trick here, or block the Oracle with our Epicure. Very tough. You know what? Let's block. I think it's more likely we get an extra turn here. Of course, if they have a trick, that might kill us this next turn anyway. 7 life. Maybe not. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Pass. No, if they had the trick, wouldn't they attack with the twins too? Oh, it's so too slow. Their Vampire Neonate's just 1 turn too slow. Wait till their end step. Get this thing, and just barely. Okay. Do this before anything. Very close game. We'll have to be a little more careful next time. We weren't punished. Mind Rot is definitely coming in. They just have all these huge creatures. They'll probably discard 2 lands for all we know. But I'm pretty sure that was just a bad draw from them. And we can do better. Don't want any green cards. Don't really want Millstone. Bog Stomper might be decent. Abnormal Endurance could definitely come in here. On any 1-power creature, we can trade it with their 4/3. What does that mean, cutting? Sea Serpent, although it's a pretty good-sized creature against their stuff. Bog Stomper's probably better than it. Apparatus is not great. I mean, it helped trade with their thing there, but we can do better than that. Alright. Is that enough? Is that good? Yeah, that looks like a good setup here. If anything, too many lands. But we have a lot of stuff to do with our lands. Murdercleese. Ooh, nice looking hand here. This is turn 2 Pridemate into turn 3 Thirst or something. Keep it. All of our colors. Turn 3 Hard Blade, look at that. Show them we have all our colors. No, let's get the second black in there. And the Pridemate out. Next turn we can go Diamond Mare on black. And our trick becomes -2/-2, put 2 1/1 counters on our 2/2. Oh, that's so good! It's so good here. This is their worst nightmare. Choose black. Always gain. Always yield to this. Always yes. You don't have to put the counter on, but usually you want to. Until things change significantly, I'll always yield to it. Goreclaw, that's one we can't really kill yet. And we have our chill, so we have to be careful about their attack. Can we just get him here? Yeah, we can just get him. They don't want to trade yet. And I'm not sure. Maybe they attack and we flash in Hired Blade. That looks like a good option. So they'll cast their 6/6. Now they'll cast Skyscanner first. That's a good sign. I'm not even sure they know about Hired Blade. Did we do that game 1? And then I'd rather try to kill this thing than just take no damage here. See if this works at all. Nice. 2 for 1, but still 2 for 1 that got us a 5/5 into play. Oh no! Macabre Waltz getting back Bloodletter and Goreclaw. I mean, that's good value. It actually sucks losing Diamond Mare, because that's how we put all our counters on Pridemate. But maybe things are okay after all. Let's go Epicure. Oops, not Epicure. Whoops. Manolith. Because we have a pretty mana-intensive hand. Get up to these. Ooh, they're just going to chump. Does that mean they have more waltzes? Or they're just worried about how little life they have? Goreclaw comes out. Goreclaw that is unable to block our awesome Pridemate. And if it can't block, then we attack. And then they're in pretty rough shape for ever blocking again. I don't know, they could have a 6/6 monster that shuts us down here. Get in for 5 of their own. But if they play that monster, maybe it's less likely they have Titanic Growth, and then we can block the Goreclaw with Epicure. No attacks. That's gonna be a little crazy. Too expensive to use Macabre Waltz here for any value, so let's just attack with both. One thing, they could go to double block the Pridemate, or they could single block the Epicure. Either way, that's pretty bad for them. Get them to chill out. They knew about this card, even though we didn't play it to maximum effectiveness last game. Oh dear, murder. Murder Cleese! I knew they wouldn't disappoint us. Murder Cleese with the murder. Then what? Oh, then what indeed? We definitely want that land. And we probably want... I don't know what else we want here. Maybe Diamond Mare for blue and discard something. And that's pretty good with Epicure, it's pretty good with Symbiont. Dwindle. We're just going to play Symbiont next turn. You know what? Forget it. The Macabre Waltz could be better later in the game. Here it just gets rid of a good card, and it could get back 2 good cards. We could have ditched the land, but I really don't want to miss Symbiont this turn. Ghastbark Twins is powerful. We've got our Dwindle trick, and we're at high enough life that I feel okay. Oh, Abnormal Endurance, huh? Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and dwindle the big guy. Oh, do we attack? Yeah, maybe we attack. Maybe we attack here. And they come back for 5, but that puts them seriously low. No, let's not attack. I mean, as crazy as it sounds against all these massive creatures, we probably win the late game. Bloodletter, sure. Good answer to that. With our Symbiont, did they come at us? Oh, they're coming at us big time. See if this trades. If they have Titanic Growth or something, it's not the end of the world. It looks like they have nothing, so let's just add Endurance here. We take 1, and we have a 4/4 in play. And they have 1 card left in hand. Get rid of it. Get it out of here. Swamp. Nice. Now there's just not much downside to attacking. They'll take it all. Risky. They play out their land. Probably good here. If we had a Spectre, it might kill them. Right, so let's Macabre Waltz back Diamond Mare and Hired Blade. And that's enough to kill them with the Epicure. Discard this, eventually anyway. Diamond Mare on black. Attack something like this. Okay. They really want their Bloodletter. I'm not sure what that's gonna accomplish. Neonate's lethal on its own. That's a neat combo here. Diamond Mare, Epicure. And Rock's Oracle. Is it enough? There's no card that wins it here. They need to answer 2 cards immediately, and they only answer 1, so rough luck. On to the finals. Welcome to the finals versus Rabbit 259. We'll take the play, thank you, and it has all our colors. This hand gets awkward if we do not draw early plays or lands, but otherwise, very good. Nice. Still we can't do anything, but Dwindle might protect us from an early aggressive monster. Like a 4-power thing on turn 3 here. Nice, more land. I love it. You don't often find yourself dwindling a Druid of the Cowl. And this will be no exception. Giant spider, pretty good against us. Not going to try to get too much more value out of the archer here than just being able to block a giant spider. I guess they might as well attack if they have another bigger blocker, or if they have their own swamp into archer. No, it's going to be blue and a big creature. What are the options for us? We could dwindle it. No guarantee they have another blue creature here. Let's just keep developing into Epicure, and then plan B is to double block the Guardian. Making Rise better. We could even Rise back the Guardian. We have blue creatures of our own. But against blue, you really don't want to Rise things as often. What else? That is a 5/5 attacker, and I'll just double block it here. They'll trade it with our Epicure. I mean, that's about as well as we can do. Horde is funny to see. Most of our spells kill this deckhand. We could actually just kill it with the apparatus. They won't have to sacrifice it, but they will still lose it. Yeah, okay. Apparatus isn't getting much better here, and both Totally Lost and Dwindle can answer bigger, better threats. So get rid of it. Get it out of here. Wow, here's Palaka Worm, number 2 of the draft. Ghastbark Twins, we're also seeing a lot of those. In any case, we can Totally Lost it or dwindle it. 6 lands is kind of where we want to be. Let's dwindle it. Just hide behind our neonates for the long haul here. Get their deckhand back. And that's one that they'll have a hard time bouncing. Or just get our Epicure back. Pretty good on this field. Yeah, let's get Epicure back. Potentially the deckhand could do more damage, but this just feels good. Good blockers. Good damage off our neonate. And the mana worked out perfectly that turn. It sucks to play land when we could draw Macabre Waltz, but we don't even have anything to get back with the Waltz, and I'm sure we'll get more land. And they're done. They don't want to play against this, and I can't blame them. Probably a bit upset with how they're drawing. This is another good game for Mind Rot. And Endurance. Why? Because we can target their creature, and that kills their pesky 2/2. Millstone, kind of interesting. They might even be playing some kind of mill theme in blue-green. It's not uncommon. All they need is one rare. It doesn't take many mill cards to make a mill deck. Anyway, what do we lose? We could cut the Serpent. It's tough to find another cut here. The Archer has value. The Apparatus might be on the weaker side, given their early plays. Yeah, I'll take that out. Like, we put in the Endurance, which is just a better version of the thing to kill their 2/2. They're down to 6. Might be. Well, hopefully this is an easy game too to finish up this draft. They're down to 5, but they top their card So maybe they find the land they need. This Mind Rot is going to hurt. It doesn't matter what we're discarding from them. Well, alright, it's a game again. Green Seeker is one we can't deal with, and it's one that can draw them 5 or 6 cards over this game. So we have to hope we get the business cards out of their hand right now. Maybe they'll all be lands. Get them out of here, and then rise one from the grave. Don't find land right away. Oh no! That is absurd. It's gross. Dwindle. We don't even get a good creature. Oh, Green Seeker is so good. They find even another forest. Manolith, why not? And then Diamond Mare on the color that makes the most sense, which is usually going to be black in our deck. I really wanted to hit some giant monster with the Mind Rot, but they've already gotten a 3-for-1 with this Green Seeker every time they've hit. What can we do? Dodge all their more powerful plays. Okay. I thought the Mind Rot would hurt, but it just didn't. I mean, we got Dwindle and a land, but they're back up to 7 here on turn 6. We're still kind of winning the race, aren't we? Scratch that. They're up to 8 on turn 6. Good mulligans, I guess. You figure if they draw well on a mull to 5, it'll be an even game, but this just looks like they're crushing us. Giant Spider. Not bad, but still not what they want to attack into our board. Now if it was a Spirit Spider, that'd be a different story. Ooh! Nice. This is where we keep our land in hand for the waltz. Always yield to this. Once we get totally lost, they missed. Wow, it can happen, although it's not a great sign because it means they're drawing something non-land. It is a deck hand, and that means at least 4 damage a turn, although probably 5. More damage a turn until we find a spell to target that. Yeah. Wow, this is even bigger because of the Phantom combo. Phantom Tribal. Pretty sure they're like 5 for 6 with this Green Seeker. Attack first. Before blocks, they'll make that unblockable. So it's going to be 6 a turn. At least we'll have an attacker back, assuming they don't play some giant monster. Could be a 5-drop. I don't want to see a 5/5 or something. That would be... yeah, that's what we have to deal with. No creatures in the graveyard. They can make 2 things unblockable here. So it's 11 damage a turn. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Sleep. This is what I get for wishing for wishing for an easy match. 12, I mean, yeah, hit with this or hit with less, it doesn't really matter. Not sure what we can draw. It has to be something pretty good. That is a start. We gain a life, first of all. And then if we draw something really nice that can like target departed deckhand and gain a life, and then we can block and take the rest of the damage. They've hit every time but once, making themselves immune to discard. Mind Rot, Symbiont, they just throw away their extra lands. Yep. And disperse. Well, I'm glad we saw that. Oh, it's on now. Game 3 of the finals. Everyone wants a game 3, right? Definitely. Apparatus just to deal with that thing. We also need a way to deal with their 1-3, which is the big problem if they get that going. And we don't have a way. Oh, I know. Hope they don't draw it. I like this deck. We have a good shot here. And I like Mind Rot. It's even better on the play, or it can be. Just sort of depends. It would have been so good there if we had gotten their last 2 cards. It might have been Dwindle and the Spirit, and we might have survived a couple extra turns. And if we did that, then we get the Symbiont back, and things could have been different. But yeah, how many cards did they actually draw with that Green Seeker? It must have been 7, at least. Taking the play. Our own deckhand. Let's see who likes it. All hands. All hands have a deckhand, I bet. So they'll play theirs. No Green Seeker. 1 time. Oh, gross. Name black here. I mean, it really is just the luck of the draw. Are they going to draw land every turn, or are they going to miss land once in a while? Those are the options. Mage is always a solid play. Tough one. Let's go Drake here. I didn't spend forever thinking about that, but... Oh, they didn't miss. No, of course they don't. No mulligan this time either, so this is just pure upside. Whoa, Talons. And they played their island. Yeah, in the short term we can gain quite a bit of life off of all this. Thirst. Oh, that's so good. I think it's good. That can kill the Green Seeker here. Can we wait a turn? How lucky do you think they are? I think we can wait a turn here. Go Epicure, and then we'll just do more damage to them. They probably have Disperse up. Okay, there's Disperse. Now we don't have to worry about it for a while. And they miss. Okay, they miss. If they can miss next turn off this, then I won't feel as bad. Nice. About waiting a turn to use the Thirst. Yeah, it's not the one land off this that hurts you. It's the continual advantage they get over the course of a game. The longer the game, the better. This is their turn 5, and they missed a land drop. Wow. Turn 2, Green Seeker, miss a land drop. Oh, if we were really greedy, We could try to kill this exclusion mage. I'm not that greedy. Snapping Drake. They only have one blue up, so let's just get this done. Kill that Green Seeker. Then we have a chance in this game. Not attacking with the Epicure. Now we have Neonate out, so that's just gonna ruin their day here. They find the land on top, so good for them. Baloth is solid. We don't want to ever kill this Exclusion Mage, because then they can kill our deckhand. White is good. The most damage we can get in here is with making this unblockable. So let's get in 7. Do they have any spirits? It's worth checking. They're pretty much spirit tribal over there, as close as it gets in this format. Dwindle it. Yep, they got it. So we got that in sort of our last chance. Get 5 damage in, no problem. But now we're really getting there. Oh yeah. Just to chump it, I imagine. Yep. Nope, and that might seal the deal here. They are very low, especially if we draw a black spell. Okay. Thanks. I wasn't interested in the end of that game. Yeah, that's not a black spell, but I mean, they're so low here. Got there. Watch out for Green Seeker, my goodness. Mulligan to 5, no problem. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your drafts, and I'll see you next time.